Welcome, family, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways, family, and that you're moving into living life truly on your own terms. Excuse the wind. We're in winter season here on the motherland. As much as the sun is shining, the weather is very interesting. And special shout out, super special shout out to our Patreon supporters. You enable us to continue to bring the news, the daily awakening information to our global family. We appreciate, love you so much for that. If you'd like to support the channel, the links are down below. Family, so it's not really making the news anywhere. It didn't trend anywhere, not as much as, the assassination of Japanese President Shinzo Abe. But the former president of one of the longest serving African presidents of Angola, Jose Eduardo dos Santos, he actually passed on Friday. During this time, family, the 8th of freaking July. There's something that's been going on. There's something that's been happening in this season, because now, and he was the longest serving president. He was accused of corruption. You can read about his history. He literally came into power with the help of the Soviet Union. He was in power for 38 years. Angola happens to be the second richest oil producing nation. And then once the Soviet Union fell, his power started to dwindle as well. As different players came into the scene. His godfather. That's what I talk about, godfathers. But the interesting thing, and you can definitely look into his past and everything, and how he handpicked. This is the funny thing. He handpicked his successor family, hand selected. I think his former defense minister or something like that, and handed over power to him. And immediately, I think this was like 10, 20 years ago, immediately his successor went after his family, and didn't go after him directly, but went after his son, who he had appointed in charge of like this wealth fund. And he also went after his daughter, Isabella dos Santos, who happens to be, she's always had the label of being Africa's richest woman, but she managed some oil firm under the father. And he was accused of nepotism for so long. But the reason they go into nepotism is because they become so paranoid of being sold out. But, there was all these rumors that he had passed on earlier last week. And then the president of Angola actually sent his minister of foreign affairs to check on his health. And then next thing, on the 8th of July, he's gone. And his daughter, one of his daughters, has actually come out. She's called Chiza dos Santos. She's actually come out, and her full name is Chiza dos Santos. She's come out and she's actually saying that she feels her father was murdered, or there was some foul play in his death. She's asked the hospital in Spain to hold his body, because he had to literally go into exile. Imagine, he appoints this guy, the guy turns on him, literally starts going for him for corruption, etc., etc. His heart becomes weak, and he lived out the rest of his life literally in Spain. I think he visited maybe last year or the year before, and tried to talk to the guy he gave power to be, like, to at least spare his children, etc., etc. The meetings allegedly didn't go well. Then the next thing, he caught COVID. Family, it's so crazy. That's why I feel like this was some kind of sacrifice, family. Like, the system took him out. Because look at this. Shinzo is assassinated all the way in Japan. In Europe, Johnson resigns. And then this African president, Dos Santos, his machines or whatever, or he dies all around the same time, all on July 8th, around that time. Nothing just happens, family. Nothing just happens. And especially now with the daughter coming out and saying that she feared foul play. She wants a separate autopsy before the body is taken to Angola. Was there foul play? And it's funny now because people can't control their narratives anymore. So, she's accusing, of course, his current wife, Ana dos Santos or something like that, and his doctor of trying to switch off the machines, etc., etc. But it's funny how people's narratives are written now. Like there's no more that control of the narrative, because all the negative things he did, that's what's kind of taking over the narrative. Was he a sacrifice? Was he not a sacrifice? It's raining over here. Of course, we send our deepest condolences. He still had family. We send our deepest condolences to them. But something's up, family. 3 world leaders out literally on the same day or around the same day. Has time been accelerated? What's really happening? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Until next time. Tuko pamoja.